Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're going through the best comps for the championship challenge. There may be some exclusive pin or I don't know, something like that. I think they did that last time. There will definitely be rewards, so it should be pretty fun. Of course, best comps, best brawlers, free-to-play brawlers, whether you're max, whether you're not, and all the best comps, everything like that will be included in this video. Of course, before we get into it, make sure you subscribe because we're almost at 55k. Which is crazy. So yeah, we're getting close to 100k. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you're liking the video and comment some, I don't know, what should we say? Okay, you can comment your player tag. I will add 2 people that comment their player tag. So comment your player tag and I'll add some people to my main account. And yeah, make sure you're using code Tom if you're picking anything up at this shop. Of course, new skin tomorrow as well. And yeah, let's jump into it. Okay, so the first map is going to be Shooting Star. So the comp I recommend going here. Main comp is going to be Piper, Nani, and Brock. So yeah, all these brawlers are very, very good here. So you want to go Brock in the mid with the break gadget. Of course, I will have like all the best gadgets and star powers down below. So if you need them, you can, you know, just look down below and the best star powers and gadgets will be there. But yeah, Piper on the right, like Piper on the right or left, depending on what you prefer. I like it on the right, Nani left, and then Brock in the mid with that break gadget. You want to break your wall, and also like you want to do it right in the middle, so you break that vase on the right as well. If you do that right in the middle, we can break both those walls. But honestly, like if they have a mirror, you don't really need to break those walls. You just want to get value from those gadgets, and value, by value I mean hitting enemies, getting kills. Like if they have a tick, then that's a different story. You need to break those walls ASAP. But yeah, this comp can pretty much beat everything, to be honest. Really like this comp. Tick is okay. Like you can still play tick mid, right? If you want to go no Brock, you can go tick mid instead. That's still going to be very, very good for you. Yeah, this comp definitely very, very good. Definitely love the Piper here. Nani is still really good. You can use Buzz if you want. You know, you can use Buzz instead of Brock, but you know, that comp, this Brock, Piper, Nani comp is really, really solid. It's going to be a really good comp. If you don't have Nani, I mean, you can replace Nani with, well, you can probably play Rico, honestly. You can probably have Rico with a bounce, and it's probably going to be pretty OP. But yeah, if you don't have Piper, I'd recommend just going aggro comp probably. Probably just go like Poco, Bull, Mortis, something like that. And if you don't have Mortis, I guess go like Primo. But yeah, that's going to be the comp for this one. Nothing too crazy here, pretty simple meta. And yeah, let's get into the next one. Okay, so getting into the next map, it's going to be Germ Grab on Hard Rock Mine. This one is a very, very simple comp. I recommend going Belle in the mid, Stu on either lane, and then Rico on the other lane as well. Just feel like this is a really, really solid comp. So with the Stu, this is one of those maps where you do want to use that old Stu gadget, and you want to make sure you put it behind the wall because I think it's going to be better here, just because it's really hard to destroy it. Essentially going to get a lot of value from it. So yeah, I do think this is one of those maps that old Stu gadget is still going to be good. Of course, Rico, make sure you're going that healing gadget, make sure you're going the bouncy star power, not the speed star power. And with Belle, I believe it's the first star power that will be better. Of course, these will be checked down below, so make sure to double check. Yeah, pretty good. Once you push it with Belle, make sure you get your traps down around this mid area. That way, if they walk there, you can be able to kill them. Hopefully pick up some kills and also potentially pick up some gems if you do end up killing the gem carrier. So if you can't go this comp for any reason, Poco double tank again. I keep saying it, but it's going to be pretty good here. So yeah, Belle can be replaced with Gene mid, can be replaced with Piper as well. If you don't have Stu, which if you don't have like 8k trophy, last time it's like 8k or something, right? Or 10k maybe. Firstly, what are you doing? Push trophies, and second of all, you could probably play you could play Sandy. I don't know why you wouldn't have Stu but have Sandy, but yeah, you could play Sandy, I guess, or something more simple. I guess you could play Brock lane here if you don't have anything else. But yeah, that's gonna be the comps for this one. Okay, so the next comp is going to be 4 parallel plays. This is gonna be the third map. Is going to be Hot Zone. So here you want to go Gene, Belle, Jessie. Gene on this left hand side, Belle in mid, Jessie on the right hand side. You can, if you want, you can get rid of the Jessie. You can go Sprout on the right. That's gonna be pretty good, but that's kind of more high level. So with Jessie here, I recommend being really aggro. You might go down. You might go down a few times, but you're really trying to work towards that super because the super is so important. So if you're playing on the right hand side here, make sure you're being a little more aggressive, and yeah, just work towards that, getting that super. It's really important that once you get this left zone, you push through on this left-hand side. That's mainly how you win this map. It's not by actually pushing on the right-hand side. You want to make sure you push through the left-hand side. Make sure you hold their spawn. And yeah, but I mean, you can do it. You can do it when you don't get their zone, but you do have to be careful as well. If you're chucking that Jessie turret, make sure you get a slow off and try and secure the kill. You can also go, you know, Buzz Poco as well. Could be a really good, you know, you could go Buzz Poco right, which is going to be really effective. and then you could just go like a Rosa left. That's another comp that you could go. If you don't have Buzz, you can replace Buzz with like Primo. That's still going to be pretty solid. Also, you can go Stu in this comp as well. Would probably replace Jessie for Stu. But yeah, like Stu, Belle, Jean could work really well as well. But yeah, those are the comps for this map. Again, as I said, you can go Poco Double Tank if you want, but I wouldn't really recommend it too much just because there's a lot of Belle, a lot of Jessie, a lot of Stu on this map, so it probably won't be that good. But yeah, those are the comps for this map. Okay, so getting in to the next map is going to be Heist on Kaboom Canyon. So this one I recommend going Piper, Crow, Belle. Like this, I don't know, here, so essentially it's like really control based, so it's really hard to get damage, but you just want to make sure you hold the mid, honestly, all the time, and when you get damage, you make sure you're getting it, but you do have to be really careful. So I recommend kind of, I think Crow should honestly, I don't know, Crow just going left or right, Piper, I don't know, like left or right, it honestly doesn't really matter too much. I would send 2 people left though, because you want to make sure you get into your grass and get into the mid. That's the main way you win this map, is by getting kills, and just pushing into this mid grass, because they don't know where you are. Once you get Piper Jump, you want to break that mid wall there, as I did, because it gives you 3 entry points to the mid, which means it's a lot harder for the enemies to spawn trap you, because they have to cover 3 ways instead of 2. Essentially, like if it was 2, you'd be a lot more funneled, but since it's 3, it's a little bit easier to push out. So once you get the first Piper Super, break up your area. Try and not break as much of the grass as possible, because yeah, you don't want to break it if you have control, obviously, because that's putting you at a disadvantage. And yeah, that's about it for kind of this comp. If you don't have Crow, you can go a B. If you don't have Belle, you could probably go a Brock. Brock's a pretty solid option here. And you know, if you don't have Piper, it's an epic. You should have Piper. You know, replace Piper with like a Jessie, probably be pretty solid. And if you want to change up the comp style, you can go something like a Byron Colette could be pretty good, like Byron Colette Bull. That's kind of an aggressive comp. That would be a lot easier to get damage. As I said, this is a really control-based comp, so there's not going to be a ton of damage like exchanging, but you want to make sure that when you get the opportunity, you are shooting the safe. Like normally that opportunity comes when you get 3 kills, and yeah, you're just getting some damage on the safe. Or if you're a Belle and then near the safe, you might as well hit the safe, because it can bounce off to them as well, which can work out really well. Yeah, really control-based. Make sure you're just keeping control as long as possible. Don't go down, hold control the whole game, and you should be good here. Okay, so the final game is going to be Super Stadium. Final map, Super Stadium. So here I recommend going Belle, Tara, M. So this is going to hard counter a lot of tank comps, which people love to go on Brawl Ball. They love to go Poco Double Tank. This will hard counter them. Obviously, all these 3 Brawlers do counter tanks. So it's going to be very, very good for you. If you do want to go tanks, you can go Poco. Like I guess Poco, Buzz. If you have Buzz, then Primo. If you don't have Buzz, you can just go Bull. Honestly, it's a pretty good replacement for Buzz, but yeah, I would recommend going Poco. I don't know, it depends what you want. If you want aggro, you know, honestly, go aggro is really good. Poco, Buzz, and then Primo, and if you don't have Buzz, then go Bull. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend that comp. I would recommend this one though, because this is going to counter a lot of tanks. That'd be very, very effective. But if there's a lot of like Sprouts, Barleys, and you're losing a lot, then potentially you do want to swap over to that Poco Double Tank, and it is going to counter them. It honestly depends what you're playing. If you're playing tank, if you're playing a lot of Poco Double Tank comps, tanky comps, play this comp, it will counter them. But you know, if you're coming up against a lot of throwers, then you obviously want to use a Poco Double Tank comp, because that is going to tend to counter them. I don't know what you'll face, but yeah, just use those, or use what I told you there, to make sure you're getting good matchups, and that's going to be the last map here. Okay, that is going to wrap it up for the video. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Of course, make sure you're liking the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.